In the entire game of basketball, there are only two ways to pivot. You're either doing a forward pivot or a reverse pivot. For everything, all pivot movements are forward or reverse. So let's understand what the difference is and the technique. So I'm gonna establish my triple threat, step into my catch, there's my pivot foot, there's my jab foot, ball's on my pivot hip, I'm ready to play the game. Now, if I wanna do a forward pivot, all I'm gonna do is take my jab foot and I'm gonna take a pivot step forward. And you'll see how my body rotates forward. These are forward pivots. Every step forward with my jab foot is a forward pivot. Now, what's a reverse pivot? Same idea, take my jab foot, but instead of stepping forward with my jab foot, I'm gonna step backwards. And I'm gonna go in reverse, but I'm still pivoting, reverse pivot as I step backwards with my jab foot. So it's all about which direction you step with your jab foot, which means you have to have a good understanding of which one's your pivot foot, which one's your jab foot, and understanding these pivot steps. Forward pivot, reverse pivot. Understanding that's gonna help you orient yourself on the court. It's gonna help you understand more advanced things of space, of when to forward pivot and take space, because as I step forward, I'm moving into a new space, versus when to reverse pivot and maybe give some space or create some space. So, very important concept to understand and make sure players understand forward pivot and reverse pivot.